to you. Welcome to Just Start. Today I thought I'll also continue with the listening because we've been discussing in detail. I've discussed about active listening. I've discussed about empathetic listening. Now let me move on to reflective listening. This is something that is very, very crucial. I had mentioned before that you should be following with the speaker, actively engaged in listening. It is first and foremost thing to process it, whatever the words and thoughts and ideas that are spoken, the emotions that are conveyed, you should be able to reflect it in your cognitive processes. You should take it in, process it simultaneously when you are listening. That's a very important skill that you have to develop. So reflective listening, what is reflection? Reflection is trying to reflect back in your mind's mirror what is being spoken, what is being conveyed, what perspective you are traveling, what perspective that the speaker has taken on, what emotions are being conveyed. You try to reflect back and assimilate information in your own language, mind's language. Right. First and foremost thing is you need to be able to paraphrase. Say it in your own words in your mind and try to reflect back whenever it is required. Whenever it is required, you bring it to your working memory and you are associating what is being spoken before, what is spoken now, what will be spoken in future. You are trying to connect all the dots together by processing it, paraphrasing it in your mind's memory. Second one is summarizing. You create a summary of the entire presentation. You don't have to speak the same words that the speaker has spoken. You can just provide a summary based on your understanding and assimilation in your memory. So that is intelligence. Paraphrasing and summarizing a speaker's thoughts and ideas is an intelligence that is required. You will have to be actively engaged as a listener. You should be engaged in, it should be an active engagement. It should be proactive rather. You should be highly motivated enough to listen to what is being spoken and take that in. So active engagement plays a very, very important role. And not judgmental. You are not judgmental. You just take that in. Because if you're going to be judgmental, you're going to stop from listening. Because, after all, he's saying only this or she's saying only this. So don't be judgmental. Take in information. The speaker has got a point of view. Take that in without forming your own opinions and articulating, stopping the person from speaking. Validation is very important. I've discussed it in the previous session. You'll have to validate the speaker's thoughts. What is being spoken? You should be able to, at least through your body language or through your verbal cues, you should be able to say that whatever the person is saying is being understood and validated. Have open-ended questions. You should be able to encourage the speaker to speak more. So it's better towards the end of the session, when the question and answer session is on, you can have some open-ended questions so that you can travel further with the speaker's thoughts. You can have some questions that which helps the speaker, encourages the speaker to elaborate on what he or she has been speaking for a very long time. Always be prepared to ask questions. So active engagement, active listening, reflective listening, and empathetic listening helps you be in sync with the spoken content. And you can reframe your own questions. When you paraphrase, when you summarize, you may have a lot of questions that may be open-ended. Don't be closed enough not to ask questions. Be open-minded, and the question should be open-ended so that there is enough scope for the speaker to elaborate on what points have been missed or what points have not been clarified any further. So he or she would be in a position to take that situation, to move on and elaborate on what is being spoken and give a very nice picture, a holistic understanding of what it is. After all, listening is towards understanding, assimilation and action, and it's an act of persuasion. Speaking is an act of persuasion. So you need to be persuaded to listen first and take that forward into an action. So thank you for staying with Just Start. I'm very, very glad. I've got about 3,000 views so far. It's indeed a great achievement in the past 1 week. Thank you. Stay put. Keep sharing the resources. Thank you very much.